know those people there, so you don't really have like that big female person who has that experience in the industry. But I could say that I am beginning to prove my mark in Zambia and beginning to have that trust with Zambians, because there has been a lot of piloting, there has been a lot of trials and errors. Like the ZeeMusic Awards, which previously passed, was all going good until someone stole the trophies, and from there that kind of went downhill. So now it's like I have to work with, oh, am I even in frame? Yeah. Now it's like I have to work with different strategies in ensuring security, ensuring I can trust people in Zambia. That's the main reason why I want to move back, so that I can be inside and not do it so remote control. So working with the artists in ZeeMusic, I'm kind of really working with them to develop their time management, develop their organizational skills as well as their delivery. Now I'm kind of strict on the material that they release, because I want to ensure that it is top quality and it is commercial and it is marketable, because what they release, the masters that they release, I personally send it out to different labels and to different music associations, and I also protect their music through PRS and all of that. So I need to ensure that I am sending quality stuff, because at the end of the day it's reflecting back on my brand. Now the problem with the Zambian music industry right now, people are just releasing music for the sake of releasing music, and when you do that it comes out mediocre, it comes out a one-hit wonder, no names, but you have artists that release and then it's hyped up in the club. Like, I can say so myself, I enjoy sometimes those tracks, but in the long run it doesn't help them, because you're just creating music for the moment and you're not creating music for, you know, legacy purposes. And I believe the only way that we're going to be successful in the industry in Zambia is if we start thinking business minded and we start developing ourselves as individuals to ensure that we're able to get into the international breakthrough industry to make money, so that we can raise the economy in Zambia. And also in effect it kind of increases the tourism, because artists, when you begin to travel abroad to do shows abroad, people return the favor. Like, you have people like Ice Prince, Patarankin, Wizkid, Davido, all of these people, because of the development that they're doing within their label, within themselves, they're able to travel abroad and perform and have good audience contact. Now with Zambians, because we're so into just releasing, because we have different websites where we can put our music, it doesn't really come back to them, because you're spending all this money to go to the studio, whether you're doing it for free or whatever. You're spending so much money to go to the studio to make this music, and then you put it on these websites for free predominantly, and then you so-called have 15,000 downloads, which are not unique, to be honest, because some of these websites, it can just be going to the page and it gets that download. Stuff like line links, which I kind of detested, because every time a person goes onto that page or sees that link as a review, it counts as a download, and I don't think that's fair, because that's kind of like false advertising, because it's giving this artist so much hope that so many people are downloading, when in reality only 5 to 10 people probably downloaded the track. That's why I only trust sites like SoundCloud. I prefer stuff like Spotify, you know, those kind of like registered websites for streaming and downloads, because at the end of the day, when you see how many people download, it kind of allows you to reflect on your own sound and your own music, to know what you have to work on, you know. And when you know what you have to work on, you're able to meditate on that and think deeply on how you can do better and critically analyze yourself. And I think that's the gap in the market in Zambia, sorry. Artists taking the time to analyze themselves, because so many people be like, oh, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good, you know. But at the end of the day, you need to be critical and to do better. And that's why researching different musicians, such as people like, okay, in Africa, people like Eddie Kenzo, Davido, Wizkid, aka, but then internationally, people like Ed Sheeran, Professor Green, Jay-Z, Kanye West. Research them, look into their background. They didn't just come out like that. They went through a process of developing themselves. Some people took 10 years, some people took 5, some people took 2. End of the day, it doesn't happen overnight, because you need to humble yourself and know that you're an individual. There's so many talented people in the world, but the only thing they lack is development. Sorry. I was like, what's happening outside? Yeah, the only thing they lack is developing themselves as an artist. And it's even simple things as to know what the difference between an independent and a major label is. Do you know what I mean? Like, I speak to some of my artists and they'll be like, oh, I want to be signed to a major. I want to be signed to a major. Do you know how crucial being signed to a major is? Like, even when I was learning it on my course and being able to visit labels and stuff, it is very crucial, because if you don't have something like a long stop provision in the contract, if you don't break even, or if you don't sell a lot of mass records, within that label, and the money that they've spent on you can be owing them for like 7 to 10 years. And there are a number of cases where artists have been misused, you know. And if you don't know like the legal implications that it can lead into, it sucks to be you, to be honest. Like, don't just sign a contract just because it's from this label, just because it's from that label. You need to make sure that you seek independent legal advice. You don't liaise with the label to be like, okay, let's look at this clause together. First, you go to a lawyer or someone who is aware of how contracts are laid out and stuff. You sit down with them, they advise you, and then you go back to the label and say, okay, I wasn't happy with this clause, I wasn't happy with this clause. Is there a way that we can have a mutual agreement? And then you sort it out that way before you put your pen to paper. Because once you put your pen to paper and you were not aware in your contract that it says you have 30 days to back out or 30 days to change, it's going to be too late. You're going to have to take it to courts. Courts are expensive, and it's just drama. It's just pure drama, nigga. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to come to tell people about. But there's potential. There's a lot of potential. Oh, there's one more thing to address. Female musicians. Okay. I can talk for myself because I'm an artist as well, but I'm kind of like shedding away from that because I'm kind of like in the background trying to develop musicians. But female artists as well, there's a big controversy in Z with female artists because a lot of female artists do not want to work with each other. They want to work with the males because they feel that if they work with another female artist, I don't know, it does something to their pride. Like, I think female artists should work together. As a whole, I think musicians in Zambia should work together and support each other and create a community where there's no beef. Because we're not at... Sorry, the camera cut. What was I talking about? So, yeah, artists working together. I think it's important for artists to work together because we need to grow and kind of support each other and sponsor each other in a sense that just like the way the Nigerian music industry is, people work together. Like, okay, there's a bit of beef here and there now, but there's income, so they can have beef. You know what I mean? Like, they don't just survive on doing shows and stuff. They look for different business ventures as artists that could be promoting other musicians, working and developing with other upcoming artists. It could be synchronization, having their music synced in movies and stuff like that, adverts, commercials. As a musician, you have to be a business person, and that's the whole point of doing development, because you need to know that there's these opportunities open for you. You cannot just make money just apparently doing shows here and there. Like, there's selling your music, but there's also a strategy to selling your music. You don't just put it on iTunes. You need to know how to sell it. You need to know how to promote it. Once it's up, there's promotion involved, because they put it for a limited period of time and stuff like that. So yeah, and the female thing I was talking about, yeah, females need to calm down. Like, calm the insert F word down, because how? Oga, how? Because if you're not going to work with each other, how are you going to be able to support one another and build each other up? Okay. So yeah, that's just about the female artists, because I know they're a bit reluctant to work with each other because it might kind of like limit them. But at the end of the day, we need to work together as a Zambian music industry, because at the same time we're living in the same country, so we need to build up the same country. So yeah, so I'm thinking of planning to do like a music convention type thing where I can kind of bring people from this side and from neighbouring countries, so that we can network together, get to know each other, share ideas and all of that stuff. So look out for that. And yeah, things just got to get bigger and better. We live and we learn. There's mistakes that I may have done. There's big things I have done which I could be proud of. It's a learning progress, and if we work together, we can build up the music industry together. Okay? So yeah, keep working. Easy. That'll be you next. We should be listening to you on the radios here in the UK, but I'm going to be over there. But I should be streaming, knowing that you guys are playing in the UK while I'm over there. So keep working hard. I know you guys can do it. It's all good. What's these things now? Easy.